Hey, y'all see that number on the top of my head, man?
Okay. No, we can.
Just in case, like, next thing you know, someone flies in and.
Yeah.
You see that number on the top of my head, bruh?
What? I hear you in the Discord talking about it. You know what I'm saying, bruh?
Just saying.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Where you at, Norman?
Look at my lucky number. Hey,
hey. Got me by one.
Hey,
oh,
hey.
I see you. I see you. I see you.
Where's Robbie at? You ain't the only special person.
Everybody's gonna be in front of me. Looking this way.
Hold on, I got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're not getting ready for the meeting anyway. We're gonna take a picture up here. Who's this, Zach? Z Diddy?
It is.
Oh, snap. Like the hair, Z Diddy.
Which way is this facing? What's going on?
Towards him.
We're all facing the wrong way.
Yeah, well, let's go here. For the picture, we're going to be here. And then facing back towards the hospital. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Great. Feels like
Good.
I never left.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You've been here more hours than you have been gone.
You're not lying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's do doctors up here on the ledge.
Man, I look good on the leg.
Yeah, you do. Now get off. What it do, Boop? Yo, welcome in, welcome in. Thanks y'all for coming in.
He's downstairs.
We've got a.
I just brought in a patient who was down from Integrity Apartments.
We've got a team meeting today. So we're moving up. You won't be happy to see Ziggy. Just saying. Oh, okay. Well, that's gonna be later on tonight. And Ziggy better catch me before I fly out. I'm feeling awful. I only didn't go to the emergency room today.
I was like,
oh wow.
Because I have this meeting.
So
you better get in here, buddy. Right at about 10 o'clock. Someone needs to be let out of the break room, Mikey. Because he can't clock in. Oh, okay, Zach's got it. But chat, yeah, we've got a big meeting today.
Mike is locked in the break room. So he's the one been eating everybody's snacks.
He better not be in there eating my snacks.
Cookie Monster.
He got caught in there too.
My apple juice went. All right,
Caught red-handed.
Red-handed because he's a redhead.
How are we gonna get this pic? Who's gonna take this picture? We gotta have. I think we have someone else take it.
No, somebody in the middle can.
Oh, okay, they can swing it out wide enough to think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you trying to do jazz hands for the picture? No, you just trying to stay awake.
Doctors need to move down.
Should all do peace sign?
I don't think so.
That one, Kyle. That one. Yep, that one, Kyle.
Sassy.
Hey.
It's giving
That one you reckon?
sassy, and I love it.
That's the one, Kyle.
I mean, there can be a row of people that,
that one.
if we need to get closer, there can be a row of people that think about sit in front too.
Oh, I got you.
How we looking? Anybody else that is in transit to the meeting right now? We are going to take the meeting promptly and take the picture promptly in 5 minutes. I don't want to miss anybody that's in the city.
Mikey.
She definitely wearing shorts.
You eating everybody's snacks? Ain't no way.
Gangsta pose.
Angel is here. We're missing Angel and Jace.
Well, Angel said that she's
They both on duty. They
oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad. Oh, Angel said she wasn't even gonna make it until later or whatever. Hey. Oh, whoa. All right, so yeah, y'all split that line up in front, and then half of y'all sit in front, so we can get in closer.
Oh, wait, Dr. Sammy.
Well, this is, you never had to arrange a photo before? This is normal. And then one of y'all on the front's gonna have to be, front center is gonna have to be in charge of taking the photo. Girls on the right, scoot in. Ed, scoot in. To your right.
Oh, shoot.
Oh Lord.
Right.
Don't
I
die.
thought I was going to jump off backwards. I was like, no. Great photo.
Yeah, photo of your last moment. Everybody feeling good though? You guys good? Who's excited for a good meeting?
Dr. Kyle, no. No.
You excited for a good meeting?
Has anyone ever in the history of the world been excited for a meeting?
Yeah, you've never been to a Dr. Sammy meeting.
I'm always like, could this have been an email? Why are we having a meeting about it?
Listen.
Right?
Yeah,
Listen.
just everyone, go get your coffee now.
Mm-hmm.
Go get your
Yeah.
coffee now.
Yeah.
Under.
All right, doctors. I am putting the agenda in the doctor lounge right now. And so far, we're on schedule, taking the photo in 2 minutes. Oh my God, Rocky almost
When
died.
your powers combine.
That was definitely close.
Captain Carl.
Oh my God.
Who's
Did
here?
you
So,
almost jump,
so the
Rocky?
two that are
Jesus,
on the
no one
right.
on duty to
Okay.
save you.
Now turn around right there. Yep.
Are we all stuck up here?
Suck for what? What do you mean? All right, y'all gotta the ends. Y'all gotta come
Quarantine
in.
if it's here.
The right and the left
Love this
left
thing.
end.
Y'all
Someone
gonna
with
have
the
to scooch in.
buns. You
So
gotta
that'd be
keep
Mike.
moving.
Gotta
Nika,
move in
you
a
gotta
little bit.
scooch in.
Yep, there you
we
go.
Hey, Jay.
There you go. And
There you
remember,
go.
sit in
Top if you
front
want.
if you need to.
Oh,
Everybody's
moving, I tried.
snuggle.
Maddie needs to move in. Lola, you need to move. We got to be on top
Make
of
it
each
right.
other.
All right, who
Make it right.
who
Make
on the
it tight.
who on the
I
front
wanna
can
be on
catch
top of nobody.
can catch the photo?
Yeah, who's a selfie
wait.
I can get
fanatic?
it.
Okay.
Okay, selfie queen.
All right. Z Diddy's gonna get it.
You guys got your fingers in my face.
I was trying to get it behind your head, Maxine.
Listen.
Is this good?
You know what?
Yeah. Y'all look. Everybody looks good right now. Just Z Diddy. Can you swing that thing out and take
Need an
the
EMS.
swing that thing out, Z Diddy?
Swing it out.
Yeah, swing it out, man.
Rocky's on duty. You could go ahead and swing it out.
Oh, let's superhero
Swing it.
stance. Let's check it out.
I'm ready whenever.
All right. Oh, that's not someone that. This person could probably help and take the
Take
picture.
it,
We'll
take
get him to
picture.
take the
There you
photo.
go.
Tell him to come over here.
Hey, bring
Hey,
your
yo,
ass back.
Don't run, don't run.
Hey, come here.
We need you to take a photo
Take
for
our
us.
picture. Come over here and
Someone
take
yell
a
at him.
picture.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Zach,
Somebody
just
go
take
on
it.
Show. God damn it.
He might have an eye too. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? And have what? I said eye two. That's you have an eye three. That's better.
That's fucked
That's
up.
better than the eye two.
We cute, ain't
We need him to screen cap it so it's a high
But-
quality picture too.
Yeah,
Oh, I said
yeah.
next to my sister.
Hey, and then yeah, okay. Zach, you still make sure you take it, yeah?
All right.
All right, everybody, say
Clap your
cheese.
hands.
Hey. Oh, look at all these
EMS
sexy people.
side.
Make sure you get my good eye.
Take a picture.
I ain't realize it was this.
Make sure you get my good side.
Zach, you got it?
You gotta turn around for that, Dr. Kyle.
That's it. I'm getting ready. I'm trying to balance on the roof, on the edge.
Ain't no way you said that. Bend over.
Zach, did you get it?
And he's
Yeah,
gonna
I'll take one
fucking
more.
do it too.
Okay.
God damn.
He took it.
All right.
That's the one, Kyle. Right there, like that.
Now, look at
All
God.
right, we good? You got it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. DOC, did you get it?
Ain't no way.
DOC, did you get it?
Talk about hot heat.
Yeah, he took it. Look at titty pics. It's like 3 or 4.
I thought you just said titty pics.
Wait, did someone take a titty pic? What?
Yeah. Well, that
Alright, I'm
He
glad
said,
I
let me
know.
get
you know what that means, Rocky? Shirts off.
Oh yeah. I haven't even had a drink. Well, actually, I did have a drink already.
Not the opportunity.
Oh my gosh.
Move, copper. I'm trying. You in the way.
Oh.
I shouldn't be standing right here.
I am not taking off my not taking off my shirt.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Let me get.
Who the hell are these doctors anyway?
Oh my goodness.
Lord Jesus.
Why is Dr. Sammy so ripped?
Funny.
He's kind of scary.
He works out.
Girl, say less.
What is? I cannot.
The hell is actually going on here?
Hey, to that
sit back
time,
down.
shot in, let me know. Hey,
Okay, y'all sit back down. I'm gonna try to take one without using the phone.
we can't.
Kyle, you got your
So can you sit
hands
back
in
down?
my face.
Smell my finger, Maxine.
Who is this DOC?
That's,
DOC, get up out of here. What was wrong with you?
You just wanted to part.
No,
Kyle!
Damn.
You feel used.
You should feel used. We used you. All right, y'all ready? Let's get this meeting on.
Anyone else taking a picture?
Yeah, I was gonna try without using the phone.
Kyle.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Ooh, you
Somebody
about
used
to
that
fall?
Y.
You about to fall?
That
No,
was
somebody
me.
used that Y.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, Dr. Olivia.
Claustrophobic. I gotta get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we done? Let's get it. All right. Yeah, everybody just in front of me in the circle of trust. Olivia, you too, in front of me, circle of trust. Ed, don't be nope, you're out of the circle of trust. What the hell am I stuttering? Get inside the circle of trust.
We doing a circle or a semicircle?
What? Yeah, everyone facing me in the circle of trust. Who is this right here? Sitting on the ground outside the circle.
That's Mike.
Mike, get your ass up and get in the circle of trust. All right, Kyle, you too. Why y'all riding the line of the circle of trust? I don't understand. This is not difficult. Dr. Kyle, get inside the circle of trust.
Somebody grab him. Dr. Rocky.
What you sitting on, Jay? Air? You want to think about lounge chair? Yeah, there you go.
Excuse me, Dr. Maxine.
What's up?
Would you like me to escort anybody that does not need medical attention off property?
Yeah, you can make them have. You can have them all come through Nancy at the desk. Okay. We're in a staff meeting for a bit.
Yeah,
so they're
and
all
then
gonna have to.
Dr. Taylor, put your clothes back on.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Put your back on.
So yeah, so
people out there.
No, thank you.
There, so.
all right, DOC, let everyone know we're in a meeting and do not come back up here. Can you lock this front door out here or no?
Yes, sir, I can.
You can lock the double door?
Pretty sure I can, yes.
This one right here?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, come on. All right, cool. You can actually lock that. Perfect. All right. Don't let anybody up here. Honestly, I care less about them hanging out down there. But just direct everyone to the front to check in and make sure they don't park in the wrong places. That's it. Thank you, brother.
Just stay positive and have an open mind.
All right.
Does everyone know we're in Discord?
Yeah, everybody know that we're
chatting there,
actually
we're not
in
gonna do
Discord,
double
whether
hours
you're in
today,
city
so-
or not.
So if you just unmute your ear or undeafen yourself in the EMS chat or EMS on duty chat. Leave your microphones muted, but unless you're talking, please.
Okay, Olivia and Maxine, can y'all join? Everybody join the semicircle. I'm calling the doctors up here at after we're presenting. As we present all of our stuff, we're gonna come up to the front.
Rocky's playing footsies with Robbie.
Olivia, Maxine, everybody join the semicircle. Whoever's standing up here is gonna be the one that's talking. Kyle, join the semicircle. I don't understand what is going on. Robbie, join the semicircle. Everybody sit down. Come, relax. Let's get this started. We're now 6 minutes past due starting the meeting. All right, guys. So we are going to keep this meeting flowing. You don't have to be all the way in the back, Maxine, but if that's where you want to sit, that's fine. Everybody has their mics muted and their ears on in Discord because we're going to be having the meeting in Discord for folks that are not here. So folks that are not here, if you are attending the meeting but not able to kind of be recognized, just unmute your mic and just say excuse me if you have a question or something like that. But this is going to be our first like big staff meeting. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not a super fan of like rule, do this. So we're going to be ending that portion of this meeting sharp at 8 p.m. sharp, okay? So we've got 38 minutes for rules, regulations, things that we got to tighten up on. That's it. From the next half of the meeting is going to be questions, concerns, and we're going to be mostly, though, studying how to better our role play as a team. Okay, so anyone that is in attendance in this meeting, I appreciate you guys, whether you're in city or virtual. I appreciate you guys making an effort. I know I know life can come up and a lot of stuff can go on, but we really do appreciate you guys making the effort to get here. It is a really big team, and as we grow, we want to make sure that we are continuing to give you guys the right information, help to make sure that everyone kind of has an idea what the policies, procedures are, because a lot of this has to do with legitimately making sure that your RP is good. You know, and the reason why I say that, guys, is that if you guys don't know the policies and procedures, if you guys are rude to people, if you guys are kind of fumbling and bumbling, if you guys are crashing the ambo with a full ambo and you're not actually following some of those things, like your RP actually suffers, but it actually, as EMS, we have an opportunity to interrupt and affect other people's RP too. So I want to make sure that as the team, as the biggest, the best, EMS team in the history of the world. And I'm not exaggerating with that, guys. I've never seen an EMS team this big. I've never seen the EMS team this strong, this competent, that connects this well. And I've seen a lot, and that's not just my thought or opinion. The Townsends agree with that as well. Like we've never seen something like this. So yeah, we're being pretty particular about the way we run it. We're being pretty particular about some of the policies, some of the things that we get done. But that's just so we can continue to be the best EMS team that we've ever seen in an RP community. I bet you guys that after this season of EMS, people will be trying to emulate what we've done here. Like I know they're trying to do that already. Okay. We do have a bit of a itinerary. The first part is going to be with Dr. Kyle, and Dr. Kyle is going to be talking about a few different things. So everybody give Dr. Kyle your attention. Kyle, you can take the front.
Thanks, Sammy. Just like to start off by saying thank you.
Are you talking in the Discord, Kyle? Oh, you are, okay. You're a little bit low.
Is that better?
It is, yes. Thank you.
All right, everyone get me. Just got to say thank you, everybody, for the award. I'd like to thank my parents. Anyway, all seriousness aside, as Sammy said, we'd like to thank you all for being here. We have got a great team, probably the best team I've ever worked with in City and RP. But as Sammy said, it's not just about your role play and how it affects you, but it's how it affects everybody else's story in the city. So that's what we're trying to work on here. That's not just civilians or patients or PD.
Tomric, thanks for like Birdie, thanks for like Nick, thanks for like Spartan, Charles, Bunk, John,
so yeah,
Nicholas,
sort of
thanks for the likes, y'all. I appreciate you.
And we all work better. That's just
keep
not you
them
guys,
coming.
It's us as well that are trying to better ourselves. So the first topic I'm going to go through is what we've decided to call
Birdie, thanks for the shares. I appreciate it.
And that's about how we deal with certain situations, and what we want people to do is to de-escalate them. So the first one I got...
We've got a all-staff meeting today. If you need to watch here or Discord, you can watch here if you're not able to join Discord. Tyler?
Trying to engage me a little bit.
Fire gets bigger.
That's it, exactly right. So what we're trying to do, like, I'm not a firefighter myself, but we do get a lot of bushfires.
JD, thanks for
or
like, appreciate you.
wildfires where I
Chris, thanks
come
for like
from,
as well.
The way it's looked
Michaela,
at is
thank
you
you for
fight a
like.
fire by starving it, by removing what it needs to survive.
Hi, Birdie.
So if you
Hi.
take away the
This
fuel or
is
limit
Gina, right?
the supply of oxygen,
Hi.
for example, like keeping doors
Ah,
shut,
yeah, it's in here, I bet.
removing anything
Thanks,
that can
Tyler.
burn, smothering it with like a fire extinguisher or water, it decreases the chance.
Tyler just
causing
joined the
further
Discord
damage and
call
can
so
also
that
put
I
the fire
can
out.
mark you off for
So
attendance.
how this compares to the city?
Dr. Olivia is doing that.
People are going to frustrate you at one time or another in the city.
You can mute it. We'll
to
watch
different
here.
degrees, and it could be intentional, it could be unintentional, but you can't control how they act, but you control how you respond. So what I mean by that is you have power to throw more fuel on the fire and to enable
Jason,
it
thank
to
you for like,
destroy your
appreciate you.
experience and that of others, or you
Tina
can choose
Nina,
to
what's
de-escalate
up?
the situation by starving it of what it needs to spread. Sorry about that. So a couple of examples, like if you're dealing with someone, they become argumentative.
Hi.
Like try something
Steven,
different.
thanks for
Try
like, brother,
telling
appreciate
them that you understand it. You're just trying to help them. Try and put it as though you're trying to be positive for them and trying to help them. People will react a lot differently that way. If you stand up to them and argue or push back, they're going to argue more. Another one I've got here is if they're being negative, try and put a positive spin on any part of the situation. Like you can't always turn everything around to be positive, but you can put little positives in there and it'll change their mindset and change their whole approach. Like you'll actually stun them into responding differently. Another one I've got is if they're being aggressive, be compassionate. Like ask them if they can calm down, and you'll be more than happy to discuss it and work with them. Like throw that out there as well. Also, if the situation is beyond your control, deal with it the best way you can. If it becomes toxic, get either the patient's lucky number or COD number in the city, which most of you should be able to know how to do that through the blood bag system. You don't have to ask them for anything. And if it becomes that toxic, do not hesitate to walk away from the situation. Grab another EMS team member to help you or a higher up on the EMS team. And as a last resort, we can always raise a ticket and get some government support to a situation if it becomes out of our control. And just remember as well, like you're not on your own in any situation. As long as you act accordingly, you will have the 100% support of the EMS family and government in any situation. Does anyone have any questions on that or anything else I'd like to add to it, Sammy?
I just want to make sure that people do understand that tickets aren't bad. It's not telling. It's not whatever. It's literally the ways that we can help the city. We go through a lot of them, and the more information you give us, the better. If you could clip it, the situation, fantastic. But don't be scared to do that. It is a resource and a tool that's being used for us and to protect us. But yeah, that's it. I think great job, Dr. Kyle.
The main thing is with that, like if they do it to you, who's saying that they're not already doing it to somebody else, or it's going to get worse? So we want to nip that in the butt and just, they shouldn't be doing it. We don't treat people like that. We won't be treated like that either. So that's where we. The next topic of conversation we got is on radio comms. We've been through it a couple of times before. It's not a massive issue, but as the team gets bigger and some days we have like 12 of us on duty, it can be a little bit confusing sometimes. So when it comes to radio communications for EMS, obviously the main reason that we have them is to allow us to communicate with other EMS team members.
Rose, hi Rose. Oh, sorry.
That just threw me. Then I was like, "Who's here?" So it's to help us communicate with other EMS team members when they're responding to a call or on scene or returning to the hospital or requesting assistance when they're out in the field.
Rose.
That's the main reason.
I shouted you out without being
muted. We all
muted.
joke around on comms at times, but we've got to try and limit how much we talk over the top of each other. So with radio comms, we want to look at a few things like listen before you speak. If there's a conversation going on, don't interrupt it unless it's
Electro
urgent.
shuffle? Is that a real thing?
If you're responding to a call and somebody else is talking about a scene that they're on, let them talk first. You can always respond while you're driving. You don't have to respond before you leave the hospital. If somebody is talking and you're in a real emergency situation, like same thing P do. What we want you to say is break. As soon as you say that, everyone else stops talking and just listens, and then one of the higher ups who respond to orders got the role for that day. Try not to have extended conversations over radio comms. Like as I said before, we all have a laugh. It's all fun. We do muck around in that. But one thing I try to say to people, like if it's a conversation that you can have face to face, and it doesn't have to happen over radio straight away, have it face to face when you can.
That's okay. In a way.
One other thing that we try and do as well is all incoming communications, whether that's from other EMS team members or PD, is we try and have either the highest person on duty. That's like at the moment is Dr. Sammy. Otherwise, somebody else that's been assigned that role. Like we have done it with Robbie a few times, where Robbie's got control of the pad. You'll hear that sometimes over radio comms, or one of us will say it to him, and he's got all control over calls, who's responding, and he'll follow people up as well to make sure it's done and done properly.
Biggest example with that right there is if we're all here, we all are running around, and a call comes in, EMS PD. Technically, if I'm on duty, I'm the one to respond. If I'm not on duty, then Kyle will be the one to respond next, and then the next person would be Olivia, and then Maxine, and then Robbie. Oh, I'm sorry, and then Rocky, and then Robbie. And then you're just kind of literally like trying to figure out who's the person that's got like comms. They've got comms. And that's a way that we can keep from stepping over each other. Now, I'll tell you, I really don't give a shit about doing the response thing. So as of today, if I'm in, I'm basically just going to defer to whoever is got comms on the pad. You know what I'm saying? If I'm actively in a scene, I'll tell someone I got comms. But the reason why is that so we just stop. Like everybody, like Money comes on the radio, like EMS PD. Everybody wants to, hey Money, hey EMS, go ahead, go for EMS, EMS, go, EMS, go, send it. And I'm like, guys, like just relax. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to do all that. Whatever it is, we can't even hear what we're saying half the times when all that's going on. So just be conscious of you guys talking on the radio. Wait till someone else stops before you make a call. If you can make the call like halfway down the block, that 300 is en route to Lay's 911 if someone is talking right the second that you pull off. Does that make sense? Just like give each other a little bit more space with that.
That's mainly, we understand people get all excited and all that, but we just want to try and make it less confusing for whoever's talking or trying to communicate with us. Another thing as well, like if you are, as Sammy said, like a higher up and you're out on a call or out on scene somewhere or at an event.
See you later, Rose. Thanks for stopping by.
The next higher up or whoever's got control
Andrew,
of comms,
thank you for like, appreciate it. Steven, thank you for the like.
To respond, like you shouldn't be responding if you're out on a call somewhere, unless you're the only one on duty. It should be up to whoever's at the hospital, because that's where the buses or the ambulance is going to be run from, not from where you are out on scene anywhere. So it's something we want to try and look at as well. Next topic is driving safely in the city. So as we know, none of us are absolutely perfect 100% drivers, and we understand that accidents do happen. But your safety and the safety of other EMS families are priority number one, and the safety of other citizens, obviously the safety of other citizens in this amazing city are too. So when we're driving around the city and we're not responding to a call, so there's no emergency, we're just driving around. A couple of things we want to go through is obey the road rules. Keep to the speed limits in the city. If the traffic light's red, come to a complete stop, wait for 2 seconds. It's part of the city rules. It's part of pretty much in every city. Same with like stop signs. Like if you're driving a car anywhere you've got to stop at a stop sign. Like if you go through a stop sign, you will get pulled over, you will get fined. If you do it repetitively, I'm pretty sure there is jail time involved here. Same with like a give way sign and a yield sign. You've got to slow down and give way to whoever's got the right of way. That's the ones crossing the other way of the intersection. Always look and listen for emergency vehicles with lights and sirens activated. We've all got GPS and we've all got transponders, so you will see PD and other EMS vehicles driving around the city. You will see them, their little blips on your GPS actually flash if they've got their lights and sirens activated. So if you do see that, approach an intersection with caution. Don't just go straight through.
When I start dancing, that means it's time to wrap it up. This is like the wrap it up dance. This is the wrap it up radio.
I got 1 minute to go.
All right.
So when driving, be prepared for other road users who do not follow the road rules, and do your best to avoid a collision. Last couple of things, when you are responding to emergency, if you are approaching a red light, you've still got to approach the intersection with caution. You don't have to stop, but if somebody else is coming through and they've got the green light, they still have the right of way. So you do have to give way. Also watch out for other EMS vehicles. And the main thing I've got here as well is drive at a speed that allows you to respond quicker to an emergency, but at a safe and manageable speed. There's absolutely no need for you to be driving through build-up areas of the city at more than 70 miles per hour. It's dangerous. We can't turn corners properly. We can't stop. We can't avoid accidents. We can't avoid buildings. There's a lot of things happening in the city the last couple of weeks with EMS people sort of going down and their vehicles being rendered inoperable. If that happens, it puts you at risk. It means we have to send somebody out on that call. Somebody has to come and pick you up as well. If it's busy, it could be a life-threatening matter that we can't get to a patient on time. So that's one of the main things we want to look at as well. Plus your safety as well. We don't want you guys going down out in the field. So.
Yep, and if you get on 3 times in a week, you're knocked back down a pay grade, so you'll be an EMT for the next 2 weeks and have to work it back. Okay. Rocky, you're up. Thank you, Kyle. We appreciate you.
No problem.
Great job.
I appreciate everyone. I appreciate you too. Sorry, I appreciate you too.
What's up? Hey, welcome everyone. Thanks for taking the time to come out here for this meeting. I'm gonna keep mine short and simple. My topic's going to be in regards to some of the RP that we encounter with EMS, and that's going to be specifically the illicit/erotic RP that we run into. So if anyone's not acquainted with it, that's pretty much somehow Rocky's been the urologist, the dick doctor. So this is kind of falling into where my pasta's been going towards. Fortunately, unfortunately. So in regards to the city technically has no rules on the Discord in regards to what is okay and not okay in regards to erotic and explicit RP. However, you know, a lot of people are famous, a lot of people have their eyes on, so obviously they have to follow the guidelines listed for whatever media that they're using. So we want to also keep that in mind and use discretion about how we're going to perform our on-duty and off-duty actions. So, you know, typically that involves something like sex. You know, we run into here at the hospital, a lot of ladies don't have panties on. I just recently found out that gentlemen, they could have their dick out. Those are things obviously you should pretty much avoid in public. Like, would you, you know, in your head, go out with your dick out of your pants? Would you go lay down in a bed where you ain't got no panties on and your hoo-haws, you know, everybody's seeing all your goodies? You want to catch a cold.
But you don't have to, because I do it every time I editing. And then we're going to talk about dress down day. You know, we're going to keep it short and sweet. I don't like to talk, okay? You cannot have tops. But you can wear ripped jeans, slippers, whatever you want to wear. And then in April, we're going to have Spirit Month instead of Spirit Week, because we dress down every Friday. So every Friday, we're going to have a theme, like Pajama Day, your favorite color, stuff like that. And Wednesday, I'm going to post it in the All In chat, so we know, and everybody in the city knows what we're going to do and what we're doing. Hopefully they can, you know, do it with us too.
Yeah, so it'll basically be a theme. So there's, what, 4 themes for April? If you guys have suggestions, bring them up to Dr. Olivia, and she can kind of keep a list.
Somebody was helping me last night. I forgot who it was.
Sweet.
They was in my eyes helping me, but I forgot who it was.
I like it.
I don't remember who it was, but they were helping me with ideas and stuff. But I got like 5 ideas, but if you got more, let me know, and I can make a poster, make a flyer, and then we're gonna start posting them.
Yeah, so we so did y'all hear that? We can wear ripped jeans and all that stuff. You know, like gear, like scuba gear, stuff like that. No, we're not doing that.
No.
But no half tops. But other than that,
slippers.
Yeah,
slippers. You can wear slippers, but not slippers.
Yeah. Everybody clear on all that?
Yep.
And so we'll have a theme every Friday, so we'll get the chance to dress up together as a team.
Yeah, if y'all have
It'll be
ideas,
fun.
just let me know so I can jot them down and try to, put them down, and then I got you.
Sweet.
All
Thanks,
right.
Doc. All right, who's up next? That would be Dr. Maxine. Come on up.
Hey, everybody.
You don't have to press your push to talk while you're in here. If you're in the Discord, just so you know.
Fair enough. So I just want to take a moment to talk to you guys all about our new EMS duty log. We ask everyone upon beginning your shift to take these important steps. One, go into our new EMS duty log. This is to sign in and out only. Please don't put any conversations in there. This is just for you to put your call sign in and say you're on duty or you're off duty. We are going to use this format to keep track of our hours worked, so this allows us to know who gets a working bonus. It pays for us to all come to work. Please refrain from using this for any chat. We will continue to use our EMS chat for this moving forward. Step 2, everyone must be in the EMS voice channel, muted and deafened. The purpose of this is for us doctors to know who is working at any time. If we see low numbers on, or an EMT is working alone, one of us can fly in and support. We're always looking, and if we're not in city, we're most likely watching our favorite TV show. So make sure upon your shift you've clocked in at the front desk, and then you make sure you've gone into comms so we can all communicate. I want to actually talk to some of you, actually all of you, myself included, about going in our heads. We don't mind everyone going in their head. Everybody's got to do their thing. But we ask you to not do that when you are on the pad.
Dr. David, what up?
Or even inside of the
What's up,
hospital.
Lineback Gaming in the building?
Please, if you're going to go into
Thanks for the
your
like, brother.
head,
Appreciate it.
please go into the staff room or find a room where you're not seen, because the worst thing is having somebody be dropped at your feet and then they can't be helped because you're doing something other than being in the city. So it's also a 10-minute time period. If you're going to be in your head for longer than 10 minutes, make sure that you just go off duty. That way we don't have, a bunch of non-active people standing around and getting...
Jalen, what's good with it? Welcome in.
Shouldn't be.
Mike A, thanks for the like. Appreciate you.
And if you guys know that there's a big scene coming in, if you can wait to go in your head, we would ask you to do that, because I'm noticing a pattern. I'm noticing a pattern when there's a big scene and a bunch of people are going down. For some reason, people are going in their heads or they're going off duty all of a sudden. So if you guys could wait and stick it out, there's a lot of benefit that can be used by just staying on duty with us. There might be something that you can learn from. I also want to talk to you guys about inspiring and enabling each other. And this comes from my heart. To inspire means to excite and encourage, or to breathe life into. Inspire comes from that Latin word that means to inflame or to flow into. When you inspire something, it is as if you are blowing air over the flame to make it grow. This team has been growing and growing and growing every week. This is powerful, you guys. Like, this team is epic, in my opinion. There's only so many beautiful places this team can go. So I want us to all inspire each other. If someone's feeling down, let's try to bring them out of their shell a little bit. If someone's shy, let's take the time to get to know each other. I personally have been going to person to person to person to ask how you guys are doing, if there's any questions, or if you guys have anything you want to add. Enabling also, refers to the positive act of helping someone to accomplish something that they could not do alone. None of us can do this job by ourselves. Let's remember that. We could go on calls, right? But when you don't have your team backing you, it can become very difficult. Sometimes we have low numbers, and sometimes those of us, the workload is a lot for us. But I just want to make sure that we are all enabling each other. It's a trickle-down effect. So the things that you learn, I am hoping that you are teaching the people that are coming in after you, because that's.
If you're just getting here,
that's
guys,
how we're
welcome
gonna
in.
keep
Hit that
this
like
team
button
as
when you
strong
come
as
in.
it
We had
is.
one stream up and it crashed for some reason.
That's all really I had.
So.
Let's just keep doing what we're doing. You guys are killing it, honestly.
Oh my gosh. Are you sure that's all you had? You got 7 more minutes, Maxine.
No, I think, I mean, I could go on, but...
Ooh, no.
Yeah, yeah.
You hit the hammer on the nail.
All right.
I think that, yeah, I'm just really proud to be part of this team.
Heck yeah.
Love you all.
And we're proud of you. We're proud of you, man. All right. So check it out. When you guys are talking in this next part, make sure that your mute is unmiked. Your mic is unmute. Wait, I still messed it up. It's the drugs. Make sure your microphone is unmuted if you are going to be what are you doing up here? You want to fight? You challenging me? Sit your ass down. If you guys are going to talk, just make sure your mic is unmuted. So this next part, guys, a couple of different things I want to happen. Dr. Kyle's back. All right, Dr. Kyle, can I get Dr. Kyle up here? Dr. Maxine up here, Dr. Rocky up here, Dr. Olivia up here next to me, side by side. We've got a bit of an announcement to make for you guys. So some of you guys know that that we have been working on developing and growing this team. It was just like 3 weeks ago, y'all, where I was like, look, we got to start looking and finding and developing doctors. Paramedics and EMTs, because we've got 5 doctors and we've got like 6 paramedics. This is just 3 weeks ago, y'all. So the team was kind of like, 50-50 doctors to paramedics. And I was like, we got to build this team up. And with that, you can look around at how many people have started in the last 3 weeks. And you guys are progressing beautifully. You guys are doing a fantastic job. But with that, now it has been time for us to kind of shift gears and develop our doctor team as well. And so without further ado, I'd like to announce that Dr. Rocky is going to be joining the lead doctor team here at All In Medical. That basically means that he's going to be able to hire and fire. I think we all agree that his work has superseded any expectations. So welcome to that team as well. And so I'm going to, also let you guys know that something a move that I made the other day was that everyone that you see standing right now is basically part of my higher up team, my high command team. That's also with Dr. Rocky's promotion going to include him as well. So these are the guys and the girls that I am leaning on to make decisions as if I were in town to make the decision, and to consult with for what the decisions are moving forward on this team. So I was not kidding the other day when I said that this doctor team is so impressive and it's so powerful and it's so good, and this is the team that's been keeping us together. So yeah, you guys give it up for your doctor team, please. But wait. Before you give it up for your doctor team, please hold. Time out. We've got to get Robbie up here since he's the newest doctor. Let's go, Robbie. Let's go, Robbie. Robbie, you better not be in your head. You better not be in your head in this moment. If he's in, okay, he's not.
He's in shock. I think he's in shock.
All right, come on, get up. Get on over here, buddy. Get on up here.
Fall in, Robbie, fall in.
Fall in line, Robbie. Ladies and gentlemen, your newest doctor, Dr. Robbie Darkwood.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I cannot think of anybody that deserves it more, y'all. He's been working his ass off. He's been taking control of the pad. He's been taking initiative. I think that's a really good segue. After we're done partying, we're gonna take you out for drinks and all that. We're gonna try and get some partying done here in a little bit. I'm working on a couple of special things. What's that?
I'm not going for drinks. I can't drink.
No, I know you can't drink. But we might not do drinks today. We may do a celebration another day. But everybody congratulate Rocky. I'm sorry, Robbie. Robbie, you can feel free to dress. I think you already got a doctor outfit picked out downstairs with the steppers. But yeah, I think as the team continues to grow, it's just going to be. We're looking for people that are performing at this level. All right. I do think it's a perfect segue now that we have another doctor on the team, another person that is joining our ranks. I do want to kind of outline what my my opinion of the road to doctor is, because I know that there are a lot of people that are aspiring to this direction. I've been saying it since the very beginning that. I think Liz started clapping in and went to go get some fajitas out the fridge. She definitely went to go get some. I'm gonna go. Okay, there she goes. Yeah, handcuff her. Anyways, I want you guys to know what the road is. What's the road to doctor? How do I become a doctor, right? And one of the reasons why you guys don't have to stand up here if you don't want to. You totally are welcome to if you want. But one of the reasons why I want to outline this is because the other day someone came to me and said, I'm interested in becoming a doctor, but how? But I heard you got to know somebody, or you got to be in good with somebody, or whatever it is to be a doctor, and that's not the truth, guys. The way to become a doctor. All right, y'all, let's settle down. Dancing, chill, cut it out, sit down. Like let's get back focused. We'll wait for you, bro. We all see you. Okay. All right. So one of the big things that I just want to let you guys know, this isn't a popularity contest. Matter of fact, it doesn't matter how popular you are. If you're not crossing the T's and dotting the I's, then we have no interest in promoting you. And anyone can tell you. I think if anyone can tell you how strict I am about specifically the space of promotion and how that goes, I think it's anybody on this doctor team. Like we are specific about it because the doctor is a big position in this hospital and in this city where that we are taking super seriously. We are leadership for the hospital, whether I'm here or not. Dr. B, what's up? Dr. B, welcome in. Whether I'm here or not, you guys are this doctor team is the face. You guys are the ones connecting with leadership on PD side, connecting with the Townsends if they're here and need help. There's a lot of responsibility there. This is a position that is very important for developing our team, right? If the doctors don't have their eye on the ball, we've talked and gone back and forth about having a dispatch per se that's on. But the reality is the doctors on, whoever's in charge of the pad should be running kind of a dispatch call in their mind. They should be paying attention who's going out on calls. So in order to prepare for that, as a paramedic, start paying attention to how the calls are running, paying attention to if we are having a call missed or slipped. And we've had quite a few calls lately. With this many people, it can become confusion. And I've watched it happen to everyone's having so much fun or everything's so confusing that we are forgetting calls. We're missing calls that we shouldn't be missing. Well, doctor candidates are the ones who are going to catch those. Doctor candidates are the ones that are going to be like, hey, did we get this? Or doctor candidates are going to be the ones that are able to teach someone their position to the letter of the law. Like we have told you all, you're responsible for reading the SOPs. Everyone here is responsible for reading the SOPs. But a doctor is one that knows what's in the SOPs. So then when someone comes up to ask, they know those answers. Does it make sense that you, as a doctor, you're able to replace yourself as a paramedic? Does that make sense as a criterion? You know your job so well that you're able to teach it to somebody else. I think it's a big concept with myself in leadership. I'm doing everything I can to teach my skill set to the team that I have surrounding me, so that I can do more city stuff, so I can do more expansion stuff. We need to move into a new hospital. We need to get we got to get better cars. Wouldn't that be nice if we had better vehicles? You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be able to handle and tackle some of those bigger city problems. So I'm literally pouring into my people so that they can handle the situations here at the hospital the same way I would. And largely, I think we're there. But that needs to be your mentality as a doctor. If you're wondering if you're qualified to be a doctor or not, ask yourself: can I teach someone to do my job from start to finish, from day one to the day they come out of the bag, to the day that they get considered for a doctor? Is my RP up to scale? Am I RPing at all, or am I just healing and sending people along on their way? You know what I'm saying? Am I taking time to ask the question, oh, I noticed that particular person doesn't know how to sit in a chair because they're brand new in the city. Am I the one taking the time to say, oh yeah, in this city think about E-space chair. You know what I'm saying? Or am I the person that's bettering my community around me? That's what I'm looking for in a doctor. I'm looking for someone that is teaching people to be better, right? One of my life mantras is to leave it better than you found it. Like, we didn't have a ton of resources for this team when we first started, but man, we're going into a document that has, prescriptions on it, OBGYN appointments on it, client charts in it. We've got the staff roster, we've got a training roster, we've got so much stuff built up on our end that we are literally trying to keep it better than, create a system in the team that's better than we left it. Does that make sense? So if you guys have that mentality, and you want to put in that work, then you have a space at doctor eventually here. But it is not oh my gosh. My head just popped. But guess what? I'm in Discord, so we can still keep going. Hey, this is not a place, and I'm just going to keep going and load back in. You're not in a position where you're going to be stifled. We want you to be active and available on shifts. We want to encourage you. The reason why I'm telling everyone they have to choose a specialty is because I want your specialties to be developed and thought through when you're a paramedic, so that we can put doctors with you and then continue to grow you into being a doctor that's able to perform those duties. So anyone that's saying that they want to be, like, say, OBGYN, or if they want to be pediatrics, or if they want to be therapy, I'm in the queue. They want to be in therapy, or if they want to be in anything, they have the ability to do that, and they're going to be exposed to it by the doctors that they're going to be in charge of that work group. Does that make sense to everybody? Anybody have any questions about becoming a doctor? Questions about specialties or anything like that? Yeah, go ahead.
More than one specialty, because Maddie asked me yesterday, but I told her I didn't know.
Okay, so that's a good question. Someone asked me this the other day. So where I kind of landed on it is, yes, you can have more than one specialty. No, you cannot have more than one specialty until you become doctor. You need to focus on one specialty that's your main while you're a paramedic, and we'll get you into that space. And the reason why someone asked me, and it totally made sense, was because they wanted to do pediatrics and therapy. Listen, pediatrics and therapy go hand in hand. You're almost doing both of them every single time with these little badass kids. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can do pediatric and OBGYN.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is I want y'all to focus on one and then develop the second one when you become a doctor. Does that make sense? You can always have, and here's another thing. We're all kind of going to, like, if Dr. Maxine isn't in and Olivia's water broke, which we've made sure that I told her that I was going to turn it off if her water broke at this meeting. I was going to be like, yeah, get one of them plugs from the garbage. But if something happened where Dr. Maxine wasn't here, I'd have to jump in. That's why we have charts, or someone else would have to jump in. That's why you have charts. We have information that people that we've collected, so that we have a good record of what's been going on with the pregnancy, stuff like that. So we might cross, like, boundaries. Dr. Maxine works hand in hand with Rocky and with developing the weed business. You know what I'm saying? The medicinal marijuana stuff. So we're crossing over, but guys, I just want y'all to focus on something, get really good at it. When you become a doctor is when you can take on more than one specialty. Does that make sense? Anybody have any other questions about that? About anything having to do with doctor or going in that direction? All right, bet. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna tell you guys a little story. And now I do actually want everyone to sit down. I'm gonna tell you a quick story about how I became, how I got into my position. So that I hope what we're hoping to do is we're hoping to inspire you guys with your RP. My story to doctor happened a couple cities ago, and matter of fact, I decided to tell you guys this story because Stella gave me shit that some of y'all didn't even know how I became a doctor. Well, it was a couple cities ago. I was honestly, I had no yeah, it's not that I had great knee pads. It was a couple cities ago. I was brand new to cities in general. I had I actually did a podcast on my first month or so in the city and about how, I was in a place of severe depression. Some of you guys know that I deal with a chronic pain situation. Dr. Maxine deals with a lot of the same stuff, different, ailments, but we deal with a lot to come in here, and then pretty much all of us have something going on, right? Whether it's physical or mental, all of us. A lot of people in EMS tend to end up on EMS because we got a lot of shit going on, and we just want some peace and quiet and to help people. But that was kind of my want, my need. I had kind of wandered into this city. I actually went and played in another city that I can't even remember the name of it, just to learn the mechanics because I had never used a mouse and keyboard to do anything, never play a game, never drive a car, never walked. So I had kind of done a crash test with another quick little server, and then I came into Meta World first, and I just kind of met somebody at the hospital, and they were like, "Hey, do you wanna work here? It's a good job." And I was like, "All right, cool." I didn't even know that you could be a doctor, right? I didn't really know too much about this world at all. I didn't know what role play really was. But I just wanted to show up, and what I was trying to do, to be honest with you guys, is I was trying to reacclimate myself to civilization on a lot of levels. I was trying to figure out how to talk to people again. The pandemic had happened. That's Iggy. That was Iggy. The pandemic had happened, and everyone inside, and I never ended up coming out because my injury happened actually while the pandemic was going on. And then I got hurt, and I've essentially not been able to walk for 2.5 years since then. And I just needed to reacclimate myself to talking to people. I was like, I know I'm funny, but I haven't talked to anybody in a long time. I was like, I know I can teach people, but I haven't taught anybody in a long time. I know I can be part of a team, but I haven't come out of the house in almost 3 years. And so I kind of wandered into Meta World and became a paramedic, and then I just kind of did what I was supposed to do, and I was doing a lot of hours, and then one day I had been promoted to paramedic, and I wrote a podcast that was I don't know, it was completely vulnerable. I wrote it and then I read it, so that's how I wrote a podcast. It's a newsletter as well that I've done weekly for a while, and Townsend ended up getting it. Someone ended up sending it to someone, sending it to someone, and he ended up playing the entire podcast from start to finish on his stream. And by the end of it, I think a lot of people were crying and whatnot. And he called me on the phone. So this is back where we get to RP stuff. He calls me on the phone. I'm standing there. I had just started my eyes for the first time, and I don't know, I was kind of still really shy with streaming and whatnot. And he calls me on the phone and was like, "Hey, bro, why don't you come over to the car dealership?" And I was like, "Rocky, I can't give you a shot because I don't have a med. I'm not clocked in."
Only Jay Stack's on duty. He can give it to you.
Okay. Jay? Why is there anybody on duty? Anyways, another story. Not focusing on that. I get a phone call. He tells me to come over to Lux. I come over to Lux. He said, I just heard angels in my eyes. And it floored me because I had literally just written it about an hour earlier. And then all kind of stuff happened. Next thing you know, Stella went into labor, and I ran over there, and I tried to help, and next thing you know, like, we had this crazy scene over at Lux with AK-47s out and guns to my head, and I delivered a baby, right? Like, I'm talking about, you want to talk about this? The sweat was pouring off my palms. Like, my palms were like going crazy. I think I did just merge two different stories, but both of these things kind of happened like one day and then another day quickly. And it was crazy. But we delivered a healthy baby Trey. And from that day on, I got a promotion that day. I had a ton of people come through and say hi I got raided by Townsend that day. It was just one of those situations where I just picked up the phone and I did my best, right? And I want to make sure that I encourage you guys to do that and do your best, because you really never have any idea like how it could end up. And I don't know if it's going to be a situation where you go from, you have like an emergency delivery of a baby or whatever it is. But when I tell you to like treat every situation like it is like 100 people are watching or 200 people are watching, you know what I'm saying? Like, treat them with respect and kindness. Try to do your best. If you're not feeling good, man, and you don't really feel like being bothered with people, then maybe coming into work just ain't the thing that you need to do that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you should wake up a cousin and go be a demon in the streets, or not have that responsibility or whatever it is. But if you guys can actually figure out how to come in here, be happy, and let this world like provide whatever it is that you need, it can be a really incredible world. It really is an incredible world. And yes, it is weird sometimes because feelings get involved. And yes, it is weird sometimes because there is drama that you didn't expect. And you're like, shit, I got enough drama at the crib. So figure out how to play the game the way you want on your terms. Like, figure out how to play this game on your terms. That's what this whole role play game is about. It's about playing on our terms, making sure that it's something for us. If we're not happy, our people, our guests, our friends, our co-workers, they're gonna know. They're gonna pick up on it. And then furthermore, if you are going through something, like feel free to share it. Like, you can look around. There's so many people here that you can share issues or problems with. My door is always open for anybody who needs it. You know what I'm saying? Like don't let these things, don't come into this world with things from the outside and allow it to make you toxic or toxically react to other people. I think that there's enough of that in the world, and there's enough of that in the city. So let's try to do our best to, be the examples that we can actually RP and have fun here in the city in a healthy way. You know what I'm saying? And in a fun way. But let me tell you, like don't take any of the interactions that you have for granted, because you really never know who they are. Yesterday, that muscle-bound dude, like, I was watching him walk around through the city, and, you know what I'm saying, he came through the hospital. When the first time he met Dr. Rocky, he had 200 and some people watching him. And you never would have known, because just like, oh, this is a guy that just dressed up as a ped, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh, this is a pain in the ass. Like, here, try to recognize when someone else is RPing. That's a big one for me. Just recognize when someone is trying. They may not be doing it right. They may be like, help, like a super annoying whatever. But like, to a certain degree, he's still trying to RP. He's not just being quiet on the ground, whatever. He is trying. So try to encourage other people. Try to RP and have fun with more people. I guarantee you guys are gonna have a great time doing it, especially with the amount of people and the type of people that are on this team. You guys have any questions or anything about that for me? What's up? You got something? Hello? I just thought I saw a hand up. No? Anybody else have anything else that they want? Any questions about that part? All right, so now I want to kind of go around and it's a little bit more interactive. I want y'all to tell me. We're gonna go around the circle a little bit, and everyone's gonna talk. That's why I said make sure you're able to unmute your mic. tell me some of your favorite RP moves, your favorite RP mechanics as EMS. Like if they're more EMS specific, the better. And yes, I'm talking about in the direction of like a mechanic 4 or a mechanic. But let's share some tips and tricks, some things that you do, some things that you can contribute to the team as far as ideas go. And if they've been repeated already, that's fine. We can say that they've those are the ones that I had. But I'll start with you, Dr. Kyle. I'm starting on the left, and I'm going to be moving right to my right. Tips and tricks.
One of the main ones I love, obviously Mechanic 4, but this one, the bandaging move. So if you've got somebody that comes in that's been in a motor vehicle accident, MVA, whatever you want to call it, or been shot or whatever, just press your up arrow on your keyboard.
Mm-hmm. Does everybody know that shortcut?
I can't because I'm not on duty,
right.
But yeah. So that it's just a simple bandaging move. You go through the animation of bandaging someone, it just adds to it. Like I do that after I go through with a text. I'll say like starts an IV drip, gives pain relief. Sorry, you can
actually turn him down, whoever that was.
Turn him down.
You can turn him down yourself. Just click his name and then you move his bar down.
But yeah, so I go through the text moves. I'll be like, starts IV drip, gives pain relief. I'll talk them through as it's an anti-inflammatory, which I've heard a couple of people actually do yesterday as well, which I was like, oh, that's great. Like, why don't you just say pain relief, like anti-inflammatories help with muscle pain, all that type of stuff. But then I'll do like removes bullets, stitches wound, then bandages wound. I'll talk them through it as I go. Just the basics like that. And when I'm on scene as well, don't hesitate to crouch down.
We lost you for a second.
Sorry, don't hesitate to crouch down and do CPR to stabilize them on scene when you're picking up somebody that's been shot or stabbed or beaten up or whatever on scene. So you can always get down and do that. It doesn't actually heal them on scene. It just adds to that bit that we're stabilizing before we throw them in the back of the ambulance in the meat truck.
All right, who else has got another one? Dr. Aki?
Sorry. What was I asked?
We're just like everyone gives like share one tip or trick that you've got.
For me, a trick. I was just telling Dr. Olivia, I have not. My medical experience is like
Joseph. What's up, man? Welcome in.
Basic CPR and first aid.
Ojukwi.
IRL.
What's up, Ojukwi? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Hospital,
Bradley, thank you for the like. Appreciate you. Rob, thank you for the like.
Some of you guys.
I appreciate y'all.
In my head, in my dream job, but I watch Grey's Anatomy. Not gonna lie, like 12 seasons straight. I binged it, and that's where I got a lot of ideas from. And just watching some of the doctors, I just go with the flow. Try to see where the patient's trying to take it and take it where they want it to go. And if I don't want to take my pasta that direction, I find a way. What was it? Me and Zach, last night we had our gentleman that had our explicit RP, and I'll just tell you the scenario and then what we ended up doing to kind of
Andrew, thank you for like. Appreciate you.
He
Welcome
came
in.
Saying that his dick was burning. So we're like, what happened? And he said he had had sexual activities with a transsexual woman. And okay, well, what happened? Well, did you use lube? Yeah, we used lube. There's really nothing I could think of to try to help him. So we took some blood, and there's actually a centrifuge and where you can make the blood into a document. So me and Zach went over there, we ran his blood, got the results back, and his partner, instead of giving him lube, gave him hand sanitizer, and that's what he used for lube, and that's why his dick was burning. So that was an easy way out for us. Just kind of go with the flow. I mean, not saying that I've experienced that IRL, but that's possible, I suppose. You open up the drawer, hand sanitizer's next to the lube, and you picked up the wrong bottle. So just have fun with it, ultimately. That's what I'm trying to say.
Speaking for a friend.
Yeah. Not
that
you have experience with it. Yeah. Danielle, you got any tips and tricks you want to share? You guys don't have to share if you don't want to. You can just say it's already been said or passed. But Danielle? If she didn't respond in 10, 9. Oh, there you are. Okay. We're just doing the countdown. Unmute yourself in the Discord.
Okay. Really? I mean, I can't think of anything that is like a tip or a trick, really. I've just been kind of doing what I've been told.
Okay,
So,
that's
no,
fine.
not too much. No, not really. I'll probably think of one after after I've said I don't have one. But
Okay.
no, yeah.
All right, who's up next? Normani? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm in here.
All right. Anything you want to share? Tips or tricks?
When people come in here throwing up, use Mop 2.
Mop 2. That's a good one.
You know, I got these Giuseppe heels on, and I can't be stepping in everybody's vomit.
Mop 2. That's a good one. That is a good one. Didn't even think of that. That's a good one. Who's in the back?
I think that's Mikey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Mikey, yeah, we can hear you.
So I don't have any tips. I mean, everything that I'm learning from all of you.
Cool.
I learned a lot from the beginning from Robbie and Maxine especially.
Cool.
I just appreciate you guys, and I'm thankful for the team.
Hey, man. We appreciate it. We're thankful for you.
Thanks.
All right, I think next is Zach, because I think that message was that he's going in his head. Z, did he?
I'm here. Alright. Basically what I do is whenever I'm working on somebody, after I have them lay in the bed, I'll use T's think about /E mechanic while I'm checking them over. That's pretty much what I do, and then I just kind of strike up a conversation with them, like ask them their name, ask them if they're in any pain today, or if they're allergic to any medications, because you can't just be given a medication and expect them to not be allergic to it.
That's actually good. And you have actual real medical experience, correct?
I do.
You and
Actually,
Robbie?
for my real life job, I work as a psych attendant.
Yeah.
So I see all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Anybody here in the city worse off than some of your patients? Don't answer that. All right. Who's behind Zach? Who's that behind Zach? I can't barely even see you.
Nika.
Nika, what's up, Nika? You have any tips or tricks?
No.
Anything?
Actually, I don't.
What's your favorite thing that you've learned then?
I'm using the ones that I learned from Robbie, which is the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
I use both of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be watching people, so I'm trying to learn from y'all.
Yeah, soak it all in. And welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Lola?
Somebody taught me how to bind my keys, so I found that being really much faster. Like everything that I use, like when I'm here at the hospital, is all binded to the keyboard, so I'm not standing there trying to think or go into my emotes and look it up. So the quickest way is to like get somebody to bind help you bind your keyboard. That way you're not fumbling around, and it makes the pasta run smoother. That's what I've learned.
Sweet. Yeah,
And
no,
I've
that's
also
good.
learned how to find some other stuff too.
Yeah, that's definitely a good trick. And then everyone that did you hear? So Dr. Kraus started to talk about the left, right, up, down arrows. That there were all of those are something for us on EMS, whether it's to escort, put in car, heal with bandages, or to actually heal. We all know that, right? Revive is down. Huh?
I learned that from Robbie.
Yep. So bind to fully revive, go through the revive animation is down arrow. To go through bandages is up arrow. Go to escort is left arrow, and I'm pretty sure to put in car is the right arrow. Maddie, what you got?
One sec.
Okay. You need me to come back to you?
No, I'm good. I just had to unmute.
Okay, bet.
Okay, so mine is pretty much what everybody has been saying. I also do all of that as well. But another thing I want to point out is silent ambulance rides. What I like to do, especially if I have a +1, is I ask my partner to go in the back and keep them stabilized on the ride back. And then we talk them through it. We add more pasta. Me and Robbie had a really, really good pasta experience the other day. with one of our patients, and he was just giving us all the pasta, and we were giving it right back. And it was honestly my favorite patient I've had so far, and best pasta experience as well.
That's awesome.
So that's another thing, is just, you know, keep talking, keep telling them that you're stabilizing them, tell them you're almost to the hospital, you're going as safely as you can, you know, stuff like that. I think that's good.
Yeah, I love that, getting in the back and stabilize and having a conversation back there. I mean, even to go into your first person and look at them. You know what? Matter of fact, Dr. Kyle, do you have your you have access to your mic real quick? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You were going to talk to us about going out on scenes with the RP as well. What kind of stuff can you do when you're on a scene to RP?
I pretty much touched on it before, like just the basic stabilizing them, like what she was saying she was doing in the back of the ambulance, but doing it on scene as well, and going through, like, if they're obviously shot, you can't get the bullets out on scene, but you can bandage them up or put pressure on there to stop the bleeding. Just the basics like that. Also, another thing, sorry to jump in as well, if anybody's got a stream deck, or if you can afford one, if you can't, it's all good, but the stream deck with keybinds is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
you can flash stuff up that quick, like...
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've helped Maxine set hers up a lot, and we've got a lot of stuff in there that you just a click of a button, and it makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Not only for...
What's up, Bayou Gaming in the building?
But, just basic
Congrats
stuff.
on the...
And if you ever do get one and you need a hand...
Congrats on the announcing of your city today, brother. Yes, and then Dr. Kyle, what do we do when we get to a scene and there's just bodies scattered out all over a full scene?
I forgot that. I missed that bit. One thing we want to look at is, say we're on a scene and say we get told there's 12 down, so we're sending like 3 or 4 buses out there. The first bus that gets there, we don't want to see them just fill their ambulance up and take off back to the hospital and forget the rest. The duty of the first person being on scene, we're going to look at bringing in like a scene command, and the first person on scene has control of that scene. They can fill their ambulance up, but then they're making sure that the other patients, whether they're PD or civilians, are ready. Like, PD will help us as well, but get them in a spot where the next bus that rolls up can pull up. We stabilize them, we put them in the back, we send them on their way. We just want to help the next person that's coming along. It's not just doing your job, it's looking after the next person. So we want to try and look at the first bus on the scene is pretty much the last one to leave. I didn't say that all too fast, then, did I?
No, I think that's good. I do want to just make sure I add a little clarity to it. So a little bit of clarity. If you got bodies scattered all over, you know, like a 1-block radius or whatever it is, like help to, and there's not a cop on scene to help kind of put bodies in the same place. Before you grab your 3 and dip, go to the bodies, get as many bodies as you know that there are into like a general area, and like help the next bus load up their people. Help the next bus load up their people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you guys start rolling out. I just want to make sure that we're doing a better job of getting to a scene, being like, all right, bet EMS is on scene. Here's how we can kind of take control of the scene. We're going to get all the bodies that we see. I see them all the way down for a half a block. Let's get all the bodies to one place, and then we'll start to shoot out. You know what I'm saying? So does that make sense with y'all? Especially for some of these big scenes?
We don't want every bus pulling up and everyone having to go and search for people. If one's there a couple of minutes earlier, that's when you go out and get as many as you can, bring them back to a centralized location that's safe.
Yep.
As long as there's no sort of people being robbed or live shots and that still as well is the main thing that we've covered with live scenes in your training.
Perfect. CPR2. Oh yeah, CPR2. That's right.
I like that. Somebody just put up then to put them on an oxygen mask as well. It's another good one.
Oh yeah, that is another good one. Okay, so then where we did I stop at Penelope or Shanae? When do y'all want to go? There you go. Shanae, did you say something? I can't hear you. I saw you unmuted. Hello?
I would have started to say something. That's That's why I didn't
Oh
say
yeah,
anything.
okay, that's fine. Give her a minute. Go ahead, Penelope. You go ahead.
I think one of the things that I try to do is, unfortunately, I've had a lot of ER visits, and so I just try to think about what has been said to me there, and try to use some of that in pasta, like just little things like what's your pain on a scale of 1 to 10. They will ask you that every single
Oh my
time
God,
in the
yes they do.
hospital. So, like just little
Unfortunately.
things like that.
Yeah, pain scale is a really good one, and I don't even know how I haven't thought to incorporate that into my pasta. I definitely will, because this one I have a little bit of experience with. Maxine.
Yeah, so unfortunately, when it was my turn to speak up at the front there, I forgot to talk about bedside manner. And so what I would love everyone to do is to think about how you would want to be treated if it was you in that bed. I'm noticing that a lot of people are healing and getting their citizen ID numbers and they're leaving. I'm not hearing a lot of people ask what their name is. Like, sir, what's your name? Like, what's your name? Ask their name. Be personable. Assess their injuries. Treat them the way that you would hope to be treated. Start that IV. Ask them if they have any allergies, if you're going to give them pain medication. Ask them if they're on anything that might, interfere with what they're taking. Of course, everybody's going to ask for the perk 30s, and they're going to ask for the morphine drip, but that might not necessarily be what it is. I'm offering more and more anti-inflammatory medication than anything, right? But, ask them, on the pain scale. That was another one that I was going to add, but it was already said. But yeah, like, think about it. If it was you that was injured laying in the bed, how would you want your experience to be? So just put yourself in their, in their position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just to kind of springboard off of that and to get back to the whip cracking that I had to do yesterday. I was fired up yesterday about all this stuff with making sure that we're being kind to people and not rude, and we're coaching people and not just DCing cars to be assholes. Yeah, it's going to be a cluster down there, but like if we're not taking the high road, if we're being rude to people, that is unacceptable. If I get into a situation where I see us like power moving where we're being disrespectful to people downstairs or whatever it is, yeah, no parking sign works. But if we're going down there and we're not like and that we're not trying to at least be kind and give people the opportunity to do the right thing before we DC a car, I'm gonna have a problem with it. And again, I don't want us to be pouring gasoline on a fire. So I'm appreciative that everyone seems to be complying with that. Just make sure that if you have not, I did pin that comment, and I want to make sure everyone goes there and likes that comment, because if I start getting clips of like us like being assholes to people or being rude to people, whatever it is, I'm sorry, but that's gonna be a strike. And it's not because it's unacceptable to fight fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? It just is. Is that Mia with the bunny ears? Hello.
It's Angel. It's Angel.
Oh, it's Angel, and you got white hair now too. Holy crap! Look at you.
I want to match my bunny ears today.
I feel you. All right, go ahead and what you got, Angel? Sorry about that.
So one that I didn't hear is when we're doing DNA swabs, and I like to point so that way we can kind of simulate, something going. Yeah, and then say, I make them say I'm like say
100%.
I also, if I don't catch their name before, I go in to bill them. I usually say, hey, if when I see it come across and it says their name and the bill's been paid, thanks so and so for letting us treat you. Thank you for staying and making your payments. Just little things like that can help too.
Yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, the whole DNA process, I try to go to the desk and pull out my DNA swabs, and then I come back over. I've seen Robbie use it too, where he goes to the e-space type when you're on the desk, like look like you're fidgeting through the tubes to get the tubes to put the DNA in and all that kind of stuff. So all those little experiences, you'll be surprised that at how much fun they can be. Robbie, you're up next.
Okay, so I have one that nobody mentioned. So, you know, before I go to a scene and before I even like get out of the truck, I like to assess it. Okay, if there's one person, take advantage of the pasta. Okay, you want to make it seem as realism for that person. Okay, so one thing that I have to keep in mind is my med bag. You
Med bags.
know,
There you go.
like that just it makes it just make it more real. You know, you're walking up to them, they see that you know you're about to do something. You know, and you just crouch down,
Hi, baby girl.
stabilize them. You know, like I said, I start off in the IV, give them
So
oxygen
dark.
mask.
I'm in this meeting right now.
Another thing is when you're taking care of somebody, you check their
You okay?
status, and they're like, "Hey, doc, I was shot," but you see that they have a vest on. Take advantage of that also. Okay, when you look at this patient status, and you don't see they have any broken bones or any other ailments. You be like, "Hey, well, you lucky. You know, the vest basically got all the bullets for you, but what made you, you know, get knocked out is the pressure of those bullets hitting that vest. You know, you can sometimes do stuff like that. They don't always have to have bullet wounds inside of them, you know. Um, when it comes to DNA swabs, what Angel said is correct, you know, but also as if you were to get blood taken in RL, you know, they ask you for your SSN and, you know, your name. Ask them to verify their citizen ID. That also adds, you know, somewhat of a realism, you know. So, yeah, that's basically all I have to say, you know.
Yeah, I love it. And this is
Yeah.
Medbag 2 also. So Medbag 2 is kind of like looks like a cooler, like an organ transplant plant cooler or whatever. So you can use that one as well. And I think that's pretty much everyone around the circle. Anybody have any questions about how to RP? Anybody need any more advice or have any more things that they want to add in for suggestions? Anything else come up? Yeah, Shanae, come on.
What about people online? Yeah.
Shanae, you're there? She wants to add the backflip to the arsenal. Did someone online have a question or comment or concern?
Tyler, you.
Oh, Brianna, there you are. Go ahead, speak up, Brianna. You got it.
Okay, you might hear my son in the background, but I just had a question. Okay, so like if someone come in, you know, they on the bed, then you ask them for their name and then you ask them what happened. And then what if they kind of go deep into detail to where it might incriminate them? I don't want to cut them off, but can you what you suggest?
I encourage it. I'll be honest. Like when they
I mean,
start
because
telling on themselves, I'm like, hey, look, I ain't the feds.
You know, attorneys or nothing.
Nah, I'm like, I'm not the feds. You know, if they're in front of a cop, I might be like, hey, G, you know, there's a narc over there. But if they start telling me everything that happened, like, yeah, I ran off a roof and I shot this guy, and I'm like, tell me more shit, because I'm not the feds.
I don't want to be witness. You know, I don't want to.
No. There's a doctor-patient privilege basically covers that you're not going to be called in on anything that they say because we have, just like a lawyer has attorney-client privilege, we have doctor-patient privilege. So they can tell us whatever about whatever, and we're not required to testify.
Okay.
But on the flip side, hey, listen, if you get called into court and you get to testify, that shit's kind of fun. So that's more pasta too. So I would say, I would encourage it as whenever it happens. Anybody else have any? Shanae, what does Shanae's head pop?
I have a couple of questions. So I'm usually here, usually one of the only people here during the day because of my break in my IRL job.
Yeah.
So I've had a couple people that have come in and I've tried to pasta with them and they are just laying there, or they're in a rush to get back to whatever they were doing. So they're like, oh, just hurry up and heal me. And it kind of takes away from how do I get around that, still pastaing for myself, but making sure that I'm not creating something that even more and getting frustrated when these people that they're mainly new people that come into the city. Like
Yeah.
there's always like the same
They probably don't even know what role play is.
around the same people. Yeah,
Yeah.
that come into the city. Oh, just hurry up and heal me. I'm like, if
Who
that's what
wants
you
to answer
wanted,
that question?
just checking at the desk.
I can.
All
I
right,
would
Rocky,
to,
you're
put
up.
my input. So I've worked that daylight shift, and I've experienced that as well. At the end of the day, this is your scene. You know, when they're out there ganging it and shooting up, that's their scene. When they come to the hospital, it's our scene. So you know how they come and they kind of try to force feed us their pasta. We could, we can put it down their throat a little bit too. And,
Whoa, hold on one second.
That's what she said.
Pause.
But what I do is just to kind of keep it chill with them.
Dustin,
the one
thank you for
thing
like,
that
brother. I
I
appreciate
notice
you.
works is I say, hey man, we all got to eat too, or every now and then throw me a bone, man. I know you're in a rush, but throw me a bone. I gotta come in here and work, so let me work. And that usually gives them a clue, like, hey, I want to RP out some medical pasta. Bro, just go with it. I know you want to go out there and gang, but damn it, this is a whole ass city with a whole bunch of stuff in here.
Yeah, for real, that's facts. I think that's a good.
With the team photo, guys, we are also working on a poster to put up in the all-in chat every now and then. And one of the lines we've got on there is that EMS is here to help you. Here is how you can help EMS. And it's got, please treat our EMS family with respect. We are here to help you continue your journey. Help us to continue ours. That's part of what Rocky's saying as well. It's like we're helping their pastor, they've got to help our pastor. And if they don't want to do it, yeah, we'll work on other ways with it. So.
Anybody else have any questions, concerns, questions, or comments about RP stuff?
I do want to say one thing.
All right, doctor, holla at me.
I am seeing a lot of people coming in with masks that are down, okay? I had my first incident, okay, when I told somebody to take off their mask, and I wasn't thinking. It's like, dude, how can I take my mask off if I'm down, okay? So one thing that we all can do that I don't see much people doing, go ahead and, like, emote, take off your mask, and they'll take their mask off.
Does everybody know how to do that? The word emotes?
Just to slash me. Pulls off mask, and as long as they're in their head, most of them oblige and take the mask off of me.
And when you're looking at their statuses and you realize, hey, they have like a bruised spine, something I started doing is I started, emoting, flipping people over, looking at their back, looking at the bruises on their back, and pulling up their shirt. Sometimes they even take their shirt off for me to look at it, and yeah, that's just another way to somewhat increase your pasta.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good. And yeah, they will get lippy and be like, "How can I take my mask off? I'm dead," whatever it is. And then you literally just go through and say, "Oh, well, I'll help you take it off. I'm about to help you take it off in 3, 2, 1." You know what I'm saying? And if they get it, they can go through and actually pull it off for you. All right, cool. So that part, we got 14 minutes left. Any concerns or questions about EMS, the team, the process, anything that y'all want to get off your chest with this last few minutes?
Can I jump in with something? Obviously, we've got team members here with medical experience to a certain extent, or even to a greater extent, out there in their dream jobs. If there's anything, like, we want to try and do like a little brief manual, like for certain things. Like if someone comes in with a headache, like we check for concussion and symptoms we're looking for, like nausea and vomiting or feeling dizzy. Even some other injuries or things that we should look for that will help us with our RP. Like if you can contact either myself or Sammy or one of the doctors directly, and we'll start compiling a list of stuff just to help the newcomers as well. It will help us sort of, like, we don't have to do it book by book or read it while we're saying it, but just a bit of reading material for people.
I just remembered something. That's a good point, Dr. Kyle. I just remembered something also that I wanted to kind of put on y'all's radar. When people are vomiting, right? There's two different. I don't know if everyone's realized there's two stages of alcohol poisoning, and there's two stages of flu. And they could have. Oh, and there's two stages of food poisoning. So there's three things that can make someone throw up: food poisoning, alcohol, and flu. And if they have one of the other, those three, if they have any of those symptoms, what we should be doing now, not because the centrifuge actually didn't work when we were in pillbox before, but it does now. So the centrifuge is in the laboratory in the back left-hand corner. Dr. Kyle put a video in the chat about it today, and you literally just drag a blood bag to it. And then you third eye the centrifuge and you run the centrifuge. It'll come back with a report on what level they are of sickness, whether it's flu, alcohol poisoning, or what I said, or food poisoning, and it'll tell it'll tell you that it's 2. Now, is it crazy that we're charging $1,000 per med bag or per IV? No. Because otherwise you're going to be throwing up all over the place for the rest of the time you're in here. And if they're in level stage 2, if it's stage 1, they need 1 IV bag. Stage 2, they're going to need 2 IV bags to cure them. All right, so you have to charge them too. It is $2,000. Also, something I wanted to kind of work on is we are going to be upping our prices a bit, and we are going to be increasing our offerings. So we're going to put together a list for even some of the specialties. I noticed Dr. Olivia and Dr. Maxine started putting together a list of pricing for OBGYN services. Because it's, I mean, it is pasta, right? But it's also a service that we're giving per person. So person to person. So we're going to have a list for some more of those prices. Just stay tuned for what those prices are going to be. I'm thinking right off the bat, heels are probably going to go up to 500. Yeah, I think that's going to end up being the first one. Just look out for that. Look out in the chat to make sure that you guys have that information. And that's also the reason why we wanted to split the 2 conversations, the log in, log out, and the chat, because people are missing things that are going on in the chat because of the log in, log out activity. And so we wanted to split those. Someone here probably recommended that a month ago or so, but a month ago the team was a third of the size of this team right now. So I kind of wanted everything to be on top of each other, so we had a little bit more interaction together. Now the team is so big, we have to separate the clock in, clock out log and the actual chat. Anybody else have any more questions, concerns, comments, anything else that they want to get off their chest? Dr. Olivia is walking to get this baby out, y'all. Y'all see this? She's trying to get this baby out today. Go ahead. What was that, Zach?
The one thing I want to throw out there with the ambulance, with the first siren that goes off that is copyrighted. So if you are using the siren, you need to change it on the first siren.
Yeah, good point. I think I've mentioned that to a couple people I've taken for the phase that includes driving. The siren for our wagons is actually copyrighted. So if you play it too long, anyone that's got green eyes and famous, they may get a penalty for playing copyrighted music. So I typically don't play it for any more than 15 seconds at a time, or I'll blip to the second and third siren, which are not copyrighted.
Okay. Well, if no one else has anything, I'll just let y'all know my door's open. If you guys have any more comments or things that you didn't feel you could bring up. Same thing with Dr. Maxine. Same thing with Dr. Kyle, Dr. Olivia, Dr. Rocky. I want you guys to go to the people that you feel comfortable talking to.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or a quick statement.
Or Dr. Robbie.
You guys talked about. I know Dr. Robbie talked about going through to see what's wrong with the patient. Is kind of something that I stumbled on my own, but maybe our new people and maybe some of the old people, if they don't know how to do it, kind of walking us how to, as we're mechanic for checking the patient, how to third eye and look up their patient status, because that's not something that I learned through my training. That's something that I just kind of stumbled upon, kind of messing around with stuff
in the F1
so
menu.
Maybe that's
okay, bet.
Maybe no, just by third eye in the patient.
Yeah.
And
got it.
Yeah. So maybe that be part of the upcoming training for new people coming in. Hey, here's something else that you can do to see what's wrong with them.
Got it. Yep, absolutely. And just so y'all know, I think that Dr. Maxine has kind of excelled in the training department. She really likes having that time, taking that time, developing people. So she's gonna kind of be heading up the training. I mean, she's just a natural at it. So it's something that I've been passionate about this entire time. But it's time for me to kind of hand over the reins to making sure that someone's got their eye on training in general. And so she's going to be helping out with that. Dr. Rocky, as a lot of y'all know, he's in charge of the medicinal marijuana / pharmacy component. Again, we all are going to be working on all that with both of them. But then, but there needs to be a kind of a tip of the spear, right? Dr. Kyle right now, his stuff is physiotherapy and helicopter certifications. So if you're interested in flying a helicopter, get with him on it, and then he will coordinate some time to train you and or get you certified. And then I will be changing you normally had to be a doctor in order to be heli certified. I think special case scenario, if someone showed that they're trustworthy enough to fly the helicopter as a paramedic, certain paramedics I think that I would let do it. What else? Myself, I'm in charge of pediatrics right now. I've got pretty much a slew of other things that I kind of keep my eye on. Dr. Olivia is helping with OBGYN as well. And did I miss anybody's? Robbie, what's your specialty is internal medicine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Dr. Robbie's internal medicine, and you guys, if you guys have not, make sure that you are declaring a specialty, and then if you don't see it pop up in the EMS info as a emote then or emoji, then it hasn't gotten back to me, and I haven't put it in. So just make sure that we all know so that we all can kind of have an idea of where we're heading. You know what I'm saying? Like this team is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Ain't no way nobody's smoking a joint right now. This is crazy. Ain't no way she's got on shorts and stretch pants on either. What the hell? It's not dress down day.
She's on shorts. It's stripping for you because you ain't do the little thing yet.
Oh, I have to do it too?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Everybody has to do it. It looks like she's got on like like Steph Curry wears.
Her legs black for you?
Yeah, it looks like she has the Steph
only
Curry
for you. Her
shorts
legs not
and yeah, I feel you getting your mind right. All right, anybody else have anything else? Anything else?
Can I jump in with a question?
Yep.
With Angel One, so helicopter flights,
Mhm.
they're billing for it.
Mhm.
I know obviously if it's a long trip or whatever, we're 1,000 straight up.
Yep.
If it's somewhere like local in the city, like we're just flying the helicopter down to put on a bit of a show.
Sure.
And pick somebody up, or say that I'm on the way back from Paleto and there's a call popped in, so I stop on the way and it's in the city somewhere.
Olivia, are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
good.
She's just having a nap. I was a little bit worried then.
Yeah,
Are we
right.
still billing 1,000 if it's like a local helicopter pickup, or do we just do the 500? Because I've been doing 500 if it's somewhere local. Because it's like,
yeah,
it's not
local is
something we have to
fine,
take a
but here's the
helicopter
thing, it is kind of we can fit more people. Here's the thing, I'm probably gonna bump up long flights to 2,000, so I would say 1,000 is fine. 1,000 if it takes off. So just keep that in mind when you're going to a scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to a scene, you're about to collect a bunch of bodies and do the whole show, song and dance. You know, I think it's worth it to pay 1,000 for that. Honestly. All right, you guys. Anything else? All right, we are done. We are done and under time. So give yourselves a round of applause. Hey, yay, we did it. Okay, Normani, enough. This is crazy. As soon as we're done, it wasn't that bad of a meeting. Sheesh. All right, so check it out. Townsend did say that we can go over to the drift track to drive some drift cars. I got to. He's going to hire me over there so I can pull out cars, I guess. Does someone know where drift track is? Dr. Rocky.
Yeah, myself and Rocky do.
Okay.
The race car thing?
Yep, it is the race cars. Who wants to go do that right now?
Let's go do it.
Let's do it. All right, I think we're gonna take helicopters there. Can we take helis? Kyle? All right.
Yeah, we can,
Is
yeah.
Rocky on the phone?
Quick question. How do you get in?
Yeah, he's in his head.
Okay.
We've got to go on duty.
What was the question?
How do you get into the back of an ambulance with the patient?
You gotta on your F1 vehicle options and switch seats.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think someone should be ready to heal. All right, everybody can go on duty for this next hour. If we're out there longer than an hour, then I'm just gonna ask everyone to come back to base. We are cleared until 10 o'clock to be off duty, so the city knows we're not back on until 10 Eastern.
Just make sure last one through locks these doors going up the lift.
Did y'all hear that? The last one coming up the lift locks the doors. The lift is elevated.
Hey, can someone grab Rocky and take him down then?
Yeah. Tell me you have a code brown right now in the middle of a meeting.
No, nothing like that. Not yet.
We hate code browns.
All right, you guys can all go on radio and jump out of the Discord. Thank you guys so much for being part of this meeting. I really do appreciate it. And I know that it's not always fun to have meetings, but I just want to get everyone in the same place and just have a quick conversation. You guys did great with it.
Thanks, Sammy. Thanks, everyone.
I stayed up the entire time.